Have you heard of an issue cleaning skill? He's a wizard. Recruiting him now. Upon spotting the poster on the wall, without giving it much thought, Point Jade still handed the Bible over to Andy, thinking to herself, "Oh, it's fate that brought us together." So Andy was summoned by Point Jade for a private chat in the office, and one embroidered picture caught his eye. It said, "The Lord's judgment is nigh," which was fitting because that's exactly the fate Point Jade faced, and it conveniently helped Andy with his shoe cleaning gig. So Point Jade assigned Andy to the library to work with Old Brooks. Andy thought it was great, thinking, it'll make the library livelier. Subtitle: Point Jade readily agreed to Andy's request to expand the prison library, saying, "Just write a request, it's settled." Andy began writing weekly letters, asking the council for funds. Like wildfire, it never ended. Old Red came to help out, but Old Brooks sighed for no reason, just wanting to stay in prison a little longer. Andy didn't get Old Brooks' choice, but Red understood his feelings. This behavior was a reflection of being institutionalized. Old Brooks, after being paroled, wasn't free at all. He stepped into this fast-developing world, but couldn't keep up with the changing times. Various agencies set up housing and jobs for Old Brooks, yet he was still trapped by loneliness, just like in prison. Alone he saw wonders here, with no sense of belonging. Old Brooks dreamt of returning to prison, but he was just too old. Such a tragedy unfolded in his suicide, mumbling something as he left. Poor Old Brooks! His soul was trapped, and his death was mournful. But this ending was already destined. Days later, Andy persisted in writing and got a reply. The hospital, tired of the harassment, approved a $200 grant. They sent old stuff to keep Andy busy, but he refused and wrote 2 letters for payment. Andy rushed like a supervisor before the toilet, tidying junk, and found a mysterious record. A bold idea flashed. Andy hijacked the prison radio and played some heart-stirring music, locking the radio room door, letting her freak flag fly. The guards could only freak out outside the door trying to stop her, while Andy cranked the music up to max, laughing uncontrollably. Her laughter echoed through every corner of the city, as if announcing to the world, "I am who I am." This music lights up every single town, waking each city with her laughter and giving life a brand new meaning. Every 10 years, Andy would apply for parole, with Red always offering her faint promises, yet every time she was rejected. Frustrated, Andy could only gift Red the harmonica for comfort, hoping each misfortune would soon end. When Red played the harmonica one night, he suddenly felt a moment of freedom. Was this a sign of rebirth? In the end, Andy's relentless harassment won her the promise of $500 annual funding from the county. They approved the library expansion request, and Point Jade's plan went smoothly with Andy's help. Under Andy's careful management, the library became a hub for learning and growth, and everyone started loving to read. However, Point Jade became greedier, adopted an out-of-government policy, making inmates work for free while she profited. Other contractors wanting a slice of the cake had to butter up Point Jade, since Andy's fake accounts always kept her in check. Every bill was untraceable, as Andy invested this money in stocks. By the time it flowed back, everyone was stunned. Even more cleverly, Andy exploited tax loopholes, designing a fictitious identity. What a masterstroke! All fake docs passed through Point Jade. Andy seized her evidence. Andy had gotten used to her solitary life, but the appearance of one person made her realize the terrors of prison. This young boy had extensive prison experience, sentenced to 2 years for illegal pets. A tragic story indeed. Tommy quickly adapted to the prison rhythm due to his long-term experience, bringing loads of joy. Once Tommy knew his duties, he patiently learned from Andy with great drive. After a year of hard work, Tommy faced his high school diploma exam, which made him so nervous he could have vomited. After writing, he balled up the paper and tossed it in the trash, heartbroken. Luckily, Andy didn't give up. After Tommy left, she cut up the papers neatly with his edge. This request was for the Education Committee. What a practice time. Tommy loved chatting and gradually adapted to his surroundings. One day, Tommy learned from Red the reason for Andy's imprisonment, pondering deeply. He remembered an old story he had heard in various prisons about a heartless guy carrying several lives on his back. That guy got the lightest sentence for burglary. What a pity. Turns out that on the night of the crime, the most monstrous Andy left, and the devil ruthlessly invaded. Andy realized that there must be another person. Perhaps he could clear his name and re-enter the social circles. So, at that profound moment, Andy couldn't bear the injustice any longer and sprinted to the warden, pleading for help. "Help me overturn my case, warden. I need to prove my innocence. Hopefully, I will receive a just trial. I can only take a bold gamble. In this struggle, Anne's courage will bring about change." If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe. We'll keep sharing more funny moments.